Happy New Year and welcome to my sewing channel. I thought I'd start off the year with the number one question I hear from fellow sewists, which is about cutting their fabric straight and without inconsistencies like skipped threads. My goal with this video is to answer those questions. And I'm going to start out by talking about tools that we are going to use to cut our fabric. Now, the first thing you're going to do to cut your fabric is measure. If you are cutting rectangles or boxes or just straight edges, then you're going to need a quilting ruler, and it really helps to have a rotary cutter. If you don't have a rotary cutter, or if you're tracing a pattern piece to cut, then you're going to want to have fabric marker or chalk and some really good fabric scissors. It is a bonus if you have some pattern weights to hold those pattern pieces down while you're tracing. Regarding rotary cutters, there are several options online and in your quilt store for rotary cutters, and they all have a little bit of a different feel, but I don't know that anyone is necessarily better than any other. It really depends on what feels good to you when you use it. I recommend starting out with just an inexpensive rotary cutter. This one I purchased on Amazon. I don't endorse any of these rotary cutters, but I kind of like the ease of use for this one, and it came with a little kit that included some sewing clips and some little grip stickers to put on the bottom of your ruler. It came with a small cutting mat. And this is key. It had some extra blades in it. These are the 45mm standard blade that you will use in your rotary cutter when you're cutting fabric. So this is a really affordable option, about $14 for the little kit. However, I love my Fiskars rotary cutter. You'll see this one has a pinking blade in it, and I use that frequently. And I do like the feel of this TrueCut. It's got an ergonomic feel, so you're not bending your elbow up as much when you cut, and that is great too. So whatever you choose, be mindful that if you're left-handed, you want to be able to do a left-handed installation of that blade. And some cutters don't make it as easy to do a left-handed installation, so keep that in mind. And keeping your rotary blade nice and sharp, we've got a few really important tips for that. You'll see this rotary blade is starting to get dirty, and as you get some lint buildup in there, you can take a Q-tip with a little bit of alcohol and clean that right off. You also want to replace the blade if it starts skipping stitches or requiring you to press hard. But the very most important tip here is to never use that new blade on anything but fabric. If you are cutting paper or interfacing or paper-backed cotton, which I often do when I make the labels for my products, you'll want to use an older blade. And I keep those older blades, set them aside, and reuse them for those types of projects, keeping my nice new blade dedicated just for fabric. When I have a blade that is so dull I don't want to use it in any project, I will repurpose one of these little containers that my blades came in, and I will keep those used blades in there. When it gets full, I can now safely toss it in the trash and discard them. I'm going to show you now a few of the techniques that I use to get a nice, straight, accurate cut. Again, I'm starting with a really sharp blade and those grips on the bottom of my ruler. As I roll my blade, I am going to put firm pressure with my non-dominant hand onto that ruler, and I'm going to walk my hand along the ruler as I'm cutting, and that keeps the ruler from nudging and gives me a nice firm cut. The other thing I'm doing while I'm cutting is I'm being mindful with this blade not to put pressure towards my ruler, because if I'm putting pressure towards my ruler, something is going to shift and I can end up with a really crooked cut. Now the same thing is true for your fabric scissors. as is true for that rotary blade. You will want to have a pair of fabric scissors dedicated to cutting nothing but fabric. Now, over time, they will inevitably get dull, but you don't need to purchase a new fabric scissor anytime it gets dull. Your local quilting store will probably have sharpening services or be able to direct you to where you can find sharpening services. Though I do like to have 2 pair of scissors myself. One I keep sharpened for fabric and the other I use for other things. Remember, everything about sewing requires practice, just like riding a bike or driving a car, so give yourself grace as you learn. And if you have tips, techniques, or a favorite tool to share, drop your input in the comments below so that we can learn together. Until next time, happy sewing!